Coming up next, I show you and give you my opinion on this brand new, actually, perfume fragrance game. It's called Master Parfums Olfactory Game and Book. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. This is Joel the Nose, and today I'm going to do a quick review of this brand new game. It's actually a book or a game and book called Master Parfums Olfactory Game and Book. And this just came out, as far as I know, and Maurice from Osme Perfumery here in Miami, he let me borrow this because he wanted to kind of get my opinion on what I thought about it. And you know, one of his friends in the industry sent it to him. So anyways, I wanted to basically just give you guys a quick showing of what this is. And basically how it starts out is you open it up here, and at the top you have a book, which is actually the game and book, and it's like a rule book, and it's pretty cool. It starts out with fragrance and the sense of smell, and goes through basically, you know, a little kind of background on the science as far as the brain, perfume through the ages, a little history of it, and then it goes into describing top notes and base notes. Pretty cool, and it kind of goes through the different families like fresh, floral, woody, gourmand, oriental. Then it has a fragrance pyramid, which some of you are, I'm sure, well aware of, as far as the top notes, middle notes, base notes. A little bit of an issue here. It gets a little bit confusing here because it lists on the base notes things like amber, but then later on it lists amber in the mid notes, and then it lists woody notes here in the mid notes, but then later on describes woody notes as base notes. So it gets a little bit confusing there. I think some people might be a little bit confused. And then actually it gives you the rules to a game. And the game here, just to kind of show you this is the box here. So one of the games that they have here is actually a set of questions, and you can play with a minimum of 2 players. And it's kind of cool. Okay, here are the cards. And just to kind of give you an example of some of the questions, what we'll do is it asks questions, and you can pick your questions whether you want to be a novice, or an amateur, a connoisseur, or an expert, and you get points based on that. And so, like, for example, I'll just pick one of the questions. What is the term for hypersensitivity to odors? A, hypersomnia, B, mega nose, or C, supersmia. Okay? It's hard for you to say these words. Anyways, so, and then you can flip it over to the back. That's the amateur question. The expert question on this card is, what kind of extract is obtained with CO2? An essence, an absolute, or an extract? I'm going to guess extract. Yay, I was right. So I got the expert question correctly. So anyways, you can pick that. You know, it's kind of fun. I'll say my opinion on that is a lot of these questions are very difficult, and unless you knew or studied fragrance or were really into this, like a lot of us who are passionate about it, if you were just kind of the average person, this is almost like a very hard version of Trivial Pursuit. You would have to go Google. You know, like, what is the characteristic flavor of the famous candy from Nancy, France? A, anise, B, bergamot, C, angelica. I don't know what that is. The answer is bergamot. And that is, by the way, the amateur question. So, again, I think that you would need to essentially either play along with Google or whatever. Now, the coolest part to this, I will say, is there's an actually fragrance creation section. And so what you do here is, let me get to the book, and it's a section here called Create a Fragrance. And what it does is it lists all the different families and the dominant notes. And what you do is, this is very cool, it has here, okay, 12 different, essentially, fragrance notes or families. And what it does is you pick one of these 12 scent pens, and then you want to create a fragrance. So, for example, I'm going to create something really quick here, just to show you how it's done, from the Oriental family here. And under Oriental, you have Fresh, Floriental, Gourmand, and Enveloping. I'm going to create Floriental, a Floriental quick fragrance. So what you do is you take one of the scent cards that they give you, and what you're supposed to do is there's 4 lines, and you have to basically take one scent pen and you draw a line in each of the 4. So, following their instructions, I'm going to do a Floriental, and it tells me that I have to pick the dominant note, which is here. And the dominant note for Floriental family is amber. Down to here, you can see, so you go down to here. So I take Oriental, and it tells me on the instructions here that I have to pick scent pen number 10, okay? That's the amber one. And I'm supposed to draw 2, because this is the dominant note in this fragrance that I'm creating. I'm supposed to draw 2 lines on the second and third lines. Now, I'm not supposed to mix across these, so I'm going to draw. Okay. So I drew, I don't know if you can see, but I drew right there on the second and third line here, okay? Kind of hard to see. All right. Now, I'll put the pen back. The next thing that I'm supposed to then draw, okay, for Floriental, is I'm supposed to pick a top note. Okay, so I'm going to pick something from the, again, using these kind of, this graph here, I'm going to pick a Fresh pen, which they list as citrus. So it's kind of like a combination citrus. It's not like specific bergamot, lemon, or whatever. It's like a combination. So scent pen 1 is citrus. So I'm taking scent pen 1 here. And it tells me to draw the top note here for citrus along the top line. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I just drew that. So now, I don't know if you can kind of see, I've got the first 3 lines filled out. All right, and then lastly, it tells me to draw a base note, and it's saying to pick spicy. Now, this is where it gets confusing, because it's saying on the instructions here that the base note is spicy, okay? But yet when you go to, again, their pyramid, spicy's listed in the middle notes. So that's one of my, I guess, one of my criticisms of this, although I think this game is fun, and especially for the beginner who's never created their own fragrance. As you can see, I've created my own fragrance. So I'm going to draw the last one now here, which is spicy. So I have basically amber in the middle, I have spicy at the base, and I have citrus at the top. And now you're just supposed to then kind of smell it. And it's you know, it's nice. For someone who's never created their own fragrances, this is like maybe, I think, a great introductory step into doing it. As I mentioned, you can see over here, I already am creating my own fragrances. In fact, I just got, oh, Jojo, watch out. My dog's going crazy. I just got a brand new delivery, and I will do a video shortly showing my new raw materials that I just got in other supplies, because I'm going to create some new fragrances. So there you have it. This is kind of a Floriental. It's definitely got an amber, woody, almost like a Pledge lemony smell. Because you're definitely getting the top note, and the citrus comes across to me as a kind of like a Pledge or like a citrus lemony, like cleaning smell. So again, not something I would ever wear, but very cool concept. I like the idea behind this. I think for somebody who wants to really start to learn, but they don't know where, this is a fun little game to do it. Again, you're probably not going to know a lot about the questions. You're going to have to look up a lot of the answers, but you will learn. There's no doubt by going through this, you're gonna learn a lot. It's just a little bit, you know, quirky trying to go through the process, but overall, I think a fun job and cool concept. So there you go. This is Master Parfums Olfactory Game and Book. Not sure where you can get it, but I'm sure you can Google it and find out. Again, I got this from Maurice at Osme, who wanted me to kind of review it and test it out and give my opinion on it. So there you have it. Fun and games with fragrance. This is Joel the Nose. I will be back soon with another video. Thanks.